Buenos nachos, amigos, and welcome back to another episode of Hallyujuku. There actually is another episode of Hallyujuku again. Yay! We're back after a bit of a hiatus, mainly caused by my computer mishaps.
It happens.
But now, one new CPU, graphics card, and 2 motherboards later, we're back. I messed up a lot of things. I made a lot of mistakes. I broke some things. I may have overheated.
Yeah, I look really broken right now. I think my internet is not having a happy time.
Nah, you look fine to me. Which is
okay.
weird. But yeah, we're here. I'm Petey Rave, your man with no plan. I should have introduced us. Here's Brandon Cooper, aka King Kaz. Kaz, how you doing?
I'm doing good. One of my producers for some DKG stuff was just messaging me. But other than that, I'm doing good.
We are gathered to talk about East Asian pop culture, as we do every week. At least for now on, maybe, hopefully.
Yeah.
We of course talk about East Asian pop culture. And what we do as the beginning, we talk about what's new. A lot of things have been new in the last 3 weeks. But the major thing that happened the past couple weeks, I guess a couple weeks ago, was my girls, Sunyeshide, aka Girls' Generation. Girls' Generation, they
put out some new jams.
Finally come out with their album. We all remember they came out with a kind of a pre-release with Party, which we were underwhelmed with. But they came out with a couple of title tracks, couple of promotional tracks for their album Lionheart. The first of which was, appropriately enough, Lionheart.
Lionheart.
Does not have anything to do with Chris Jericho. Just throwing out that.
I was hoping there would be a surprise appearance by Chris Jericho in this video.
The walls. No. He's not putting anybody in the walls of Jericho or anything. But there's
a really interesting song. Yeah. Very in their wheelhouse. They're sticking to the very colorful, lot of graphics video thing that's been coming around
that
lately.
Mr. Pizza product placement though.
Oh yeah, no, I want pizza now. So good job,
Mr. Pizza. Of course, we can't order Mr. Pizza, but it's fine. It's very retro, and it's a very it has a cutesy song. I will say it's not the most exciting song in the world.
No, it's not.
But yeah, it's all right. It's good. It's better than Party. It's not much of a metric. But it's very kind of like retro feeling. It's not exciting, but it's cute. It's of course what is the more popular of the 2 tracks with the audience, with the mainstream audiences, because people like approachable and boring. But yeah, it's all right. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and abandon it. Whatever.
Yeah, I like this other one that we have in here
because the teasers for this album. There was a couple of songs that were teased, Party, Lionheart, and another song that I think I was anticipating, Asian Junkie was anticipating. We were more anticipating, which was You Think, and this is Girls' Generation getting fierce. And this one was a much better track, and I actually really dig this song. It's fun, it's fierce, it has attitude. It's really well done. Like the both of these videos, the dance parts are really well done. But yeah, especially this video has a really cool attitude to it. And the video is fun. It's a box, but not a box. It's a tunnel instead of a box. It's dance in a tunnel video. I don't know if there's a new category.
I don't know if it's a new category. Just maybe a reclassification.
Yeah. A different kind of container. Dance in a tunnel. And I didn't even dislike the rap parts that they added, even though Girls' Generation songs should never have a rap part. Because seriously, it's Girls' Generation. Where the hell are you going to throw in a rap part? No. But it wasn't even that bad. I didn't even
I enjoyed this song.
Yeah, this is a good song. What do you think of You Think? What did you think?
I enjoyed You Think. Of the 3 songs that we have gotten so far, I enjoyed this one very much so. Like Lionheart is okay, and I think that's what it is. It's kind of the song you expect from a girl group. It's your standard. They're coming back out with a song. Okay, well, I expect a song that's going to sound something like this. But I don't know. I think overall, You Think is more the thing that pulls you in. It's the song, at least for me, it's the song that I look at it, I hear it, and I'm like, holy shit, all right, cool, Girls' Generation, I want to listen to this, I think, and then I don't.
But yeah, I like it. It's a fun song. Like it has a really cool style. Like and then you get the rap part that and it's fun. Like, and the dance is done well. Like it's really solid performance wise. Seen them.
We don't see a lot of the dance in this video.
We don't see a lot of the dance. I will say I've seen a couple of the music performances, and they do a pretty good job of the dance. I do like we get the Seo-hyun getting fierce and doing the splits, and it's like that nice. The maknae getting fierce in this. But yeah, overall, I very much enjoyed it. And you know what? I thought it was cool, but boy, I'm not cooler than them.
Yeah. So kind of at the last minute, I added something else to our what's new, but not for either one of us necessarily categories. I initially had it in my batch of stuff. So VIX is coming back. VIX is back.
A subunit.
Is what I should say. So they've been working on some stuff for VIX proper, but kind of in the meantime, because we've been getting those rumors over and over again because the VIX fans won't shut the fuck up. But in the meantime, they've given us this to kind of chew on, or I should say they've given this to the VIX fans because they'll buy 12 copies of it. I love VIX fans. They're the greatest. I love them. They're so awesome. And I seriously mean that. I'm not being an asshole anymore. So I thought it was interesting. I thought it was something worth mentioning. This little kind of a subunit from VIX, and kind of a placeholder till we get more VIX.
VIX LR with a beautiful liar. I forget which are the members of this particular subunit. Let's see. VIX LR. Is the official subunit, first official subunit of Suk-jin by boy band VIX. It involves VIX main vocalist Leo and rapper Robbie, who I believe made his presence felt on Show Me the Money recently. He was was like one of the contestants. He was eliminated in the second round. Okay, spoilers.
Yep.
Sorry.
Not really, because I think we talked about that already.
Yeah, probably.
No, we haven't.
No, we haven't talked about the second round, but yeah.
Actually, we should make a quick a mention. Probably the next episode or one of the next episodes, we're gonna wrap up our talk on Show Me the Money because it's coming down to its last few episodes. I think there's I think
the last episode aired.
Yeah.
The last episode aired. We'll like catch up. I have to marathon through the whole thing, and you'll catch up. We'll do a proper post-mortem of the whole, of Show Me the Money 4 as kind of its own like Hallyujuku talks. But that being said, VIX LR, interesting. It's like kind of your standard rapper, ballad singer.
We have not talked about the song at all.
No. We're not talking about the song.
We're going around it. It's not a bad song. It's not a bad song at all.
Song. It's kind of like, there's a lot of it that's kind of like very expected, just the rapper singer, this guy, he raps the verses, and then the main vocalist will sing emotionally on the chorus. But it works well. I think it's a very well made song, and the video is interesting to say the least. It's very dramatic. But what else would you expect from a Vix video? It's very dramatic. I think overall it's a good song. The thing is, Vix for me, I've always have liked their songs. Especially the past few songs. I mean, again, like I said, it's hard for me to really get into boy groups. But they've put out solid releases and dramatic videos. To say the least. And Ravi has a lot of tattoos for a boy band member.
Are those probably maybe the painted on ones like Taeyong loves to do sometimes?
Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. We don't know much about Vix.
He's gone full J Park with them with the back of hand tattoos. It's like, okay. Gonna make it hard to show up on variety shows.
I goddamn tape. What they have to do for J Park every fucking week on fucking Korean SNL.
I think with Korean SNL, because it's on cable, they say fuck it.
Yeah, okay.
But like, they probably say fuck it. But like when he has to be on Running Man. Around like when the one time he was on Hello Counselor, like when he's like on national television and like on network television, then it's like becomes hilarious how much like bandage, like, man, did he injure his entire arm? Like, no, he's covering up his tattoos. Like,
yeah, and you always have to take that guess when you see somebody on a variety show. You're like, are they injured or did they get a tattoo?
It's like I'm fairly certain. Sung Ji-hyo has I think has been worn. I don't know if I gotta check in the last episode, but I know in a couple episodes she had something on her hand. I was like, did she injure herself or did she get a tattoo on like her hand or something? So she could have just punched somebody. It was like hurt her hand, just cold cocking somebody. With that being said, all right, we got to move on because there is a fair amount of music to talk about. And I know you had some things that caught your attention that you picked out.
Yes.
First of all, from our buddy Iron.
Yeah, so Iron is a person I've talked about and ranted and raved about on this show before. Talked about him needing to be on a label, I think last year. So I think earlier, maybe last year, without unbeknownst to my knowledge, he's been working with a few different labels. So now he's officially, or has been officially, on Polaris for a little while now, and has been putting out some releases and doing some work with people. He's been featured on a lot of songs, but this is a song from him called Blue. And I really, really liked it. I'm also already kind of a mark for Iron, and having seen him in season 3 of Show Me the Money, I really enjoyed him there. And I really enjoyed a lot of his style and a lot of the way he raps and does things like that. So coming into something like this, which is just a really well put together track, way more, what did I want to say? Way more kind of like rock infused.
Yeah, rock infused with like some instrumentals, with the band behind them in the video. I don't know how much they're playing. Yeah, with like more of a like live instrument feel. More of a live instrument feel in the instrumentals for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. It just. I don't like. I'm trying. I want to get your thoughts on it because I don't know if I'm just a mark because I enjoy Iron, or if it is actually a really good song.
Yeah, it's a good song. Like I definitely when I listen to it, it was interesting for sure. I mean, the vocalist certainly caught my attention for sure. The singer, Babylon, definitely caught my attention on this. At first, the original video we found didn't cite him, on Polaris's YouTube page.
Yeah,
I think was a kind of a disservice, but I'm glad he got cited in like the official CJ.
Yeah, because I originally sent you the link, and then I lost that link because we were in a different chat, and I was like, oh fuck, I want to use that Iron song, and I went to look again, and I was like, oh, the fuck. It was like on the fucking CJM thing. It has all the information.
Yeah,
and I was like, whatever.
But yeah, I think it's definitely like interesting mood wise, and it's an interesting like instrumental. And it's done really well. It's cool to kind of see that. Oh yeah, Iron has been putting out some stuff. This is, I believe, in almost pre-Poos, maybe pre-Poos. When we guess it with G-Min. I gotta look at the dates, but yeah, it's a cool song, a cool video for sure. But moving on to the next track, what else you got for us?
So I have another one by, I think, a person me and you are both discovering in a sense and really enjoying. Simon Dominic.
Well, somebody that the name I've known for a little bit following K hip hop, but finally like getting down and experiencing songs from him. But yeah. But definitely something me and you have both been jamming out to lately. So a new video by Simon D called One Only, but it's spelled Won, and One
it's
and
not
only,
the whole like Koreans mixing things up. They mean won as in the currency.
Right.
But it's just a fun song. Tableau's in the video. You can never go wrong when you got Tableau.
In the video. Tableau's daughter is freaking adorable in the video. And Tableau and his daughter drinking milk on a curb.
Yeah. And then, but it's also featuring our boy J Park.
J Bomb.
Yeah. But I don't know. I enjoyed it once again. I love Simon D's flow. The way he raps, his lyricism is just super duper enjoyable. And Jay Park's always a good addition to a song. Yeah. May not always make a good song, but
he can make fun when he decides he wants to be a rapper. It can be hilarious, even when it's bad. But when he decides he wants to actually do what he actually is good at, which is singing and being an R&B singer, or at least a hip hop singer, he makes a great addition because he has a great style and a great like confidence. Even if he doesn't have the great rapping sensibility, even if he gets a little bit of, even if he gets a little swag, YOLO, hap for his own good. Overall, he's a talented dude. Like I said, I'm gonna keep harping on it. If we can just get rid of Chris Brown and put Jay Park in his place, I'm gonna keep saying it until it happens. Universe, just let Chris Brown retire and be an idiot somewhere else. Put Jay Park in his place. It's a net positive all around. But yeah, cool.
So all right, so we got one more from me for this week. This is Hyoin featuring Zico and Palo Alto, which we saw the teaser for this song, and we had some mixed anticipation about
some
it.
Thoughts. It looked a little silly seeing Hyorin all YOLO swag hip hop, and and then seeing it, especially in anticipation of her being on Pretty Rap Star 2, which came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like kind of weird, but and we didn't know what to expect from this track. It was like, all right, are we gonna see her swag hip hop rap god skills again already early premature debut of the rap skills, but no, it turned out to be something.
But I don't know, the song itself I found rather enjoyable. There kind of are like parts and pieces of it I could do without, but overall I really enjoyed the song. I surprisingly really enjoyed Ziako's rapping. I enjoyed a lot of it. There's just like one or two like maybe tempo changes and things like that in places that I could do without. But other than that, like I fucking enjoyed the shit out of it. It still is in a weird place for me to figure out how she's gonna fit into Unpretty Rap Star, but
yeah,
you know,
it's gonna be interesting. We'll have to see what comes out of it. If it's another fun compilation that I can play on Spotify, I'm okay with that, because I could still jam to that Unpretty Rap Star compilation, because that's some cool songs on there. like for all the like shit I gave that show, I got exactly what I wanted from that show, which was, I heard there was going to be a compilation of female rappers at the end with some producers. I'm like, you know what? Give me that at the end. I'm going to be okay with that existing. And I got that. So I'll probably get that from Unpretty Rap Star 2 as well. But yeah, Zico does well. From Palo Alto does well. It's funny, like, thinking back to, like, I don't know, it maybe even like as recent as last year.
Mm-hmm.
What we thought of Zico then, what you thought of Zico then, and what we think of him now. I remember on this show, I think me bringing Block B, and you going like, who's this dude trying to be G-Dragon? And this dude be trying to be top, man. It's like,
yeah.
And then like,
yeah.
Fast forward to now, and like, yo, Zico, that Ziaco, he's got that producer credit. He's that top rapper.
It's funny because depending on the day, it is really different for how we view Ziaco, right?
Yeah, but it's funny when we like discovering him, like going on the journey. If you go on this show, if you marathon this show, which I don't recommend because it's not really that fun of a show. I'm sorry, I love doing it, but I'm just giving you a heads up. But if you marathon this podcast, you'll find like all of the fun journeys that we have with discovering artists, and then like going through our like, you know, stages of understanding, and especially with Block B. Like, I was the one that brought it forward, and you were like, what the hell's going on with this? Like, I was like, it's all right, you know, it's cool. But who's this dude trying to be G-Dragon? Like,
yeah. No, it definitely has been, it definitely has been, you know, a journey with Ziaco, but it has definitely now come down to like almost day to day with Ziaco, where it's like one day he'll do something and we're like, holy shit, the future is here, and it's Ziaco, you know, like this is it, and then the next day he'll do a tough cookie and we're like, all right, fucking Ziaco has failed us. Like, that ship has sailed. We're done with Ziaco. Like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear anything unless it has to do with Block B. Like, that's it. That's all. Yeah. Like, like, that's all I want to do. Yeah. Then, like, but I don't know. It's just funny.
It's funny. It's hilarious. Yeah. Those are your tracks. Yeah, it's interesting songs. I have a couple of tracks I have thoughts on. First of all, it is inauspicious anniversary. Last year we had the unfortunate passing of our girls in BNPC of Ladies Code, and to commemorate this and to kind of celebrate their lives and remembering them a bit, Polaris came out with a cover of "I'm Fine, Thank You" by various Polaris artists, including Kim Bum-soo, Ivy, Rumblefish, Sonu, Han Hee-jun, and Sojung. Sojung being the member of the group, and then accompanied with a newly updated tribute video. If you watch this, understand. I hit my microphone. Understand. You're gonna get aboard the Fields train. You're gonna remember the girls. The video in this version of the song is, I think, it does a good job of being more celebratory than mourning. Trying to celebrate the girls and remember them. Happy. I did have, I think, a couple of mixed thoughts. First, the whole nature of like this whole thing is still a little odd, of like releasing these songs and promoting singles based on their deaths is always a little iffy, but that's always that. And two, I don't know if I'm feeling Kim Bum-soo's fucking I'm gonna get on this tribute track to the Ladies Code and I'm gonna do all my vocal gymnastics and show off all the notes I can hit, and like it kind of bugged me. He was being all like, whoa, like fucking R&B singer singing the national anthem and shit, like it's like, I don't know.
I don't know. The song arrangement was very weird to me.
Yeah.
Like I will definitely admit that. Like, I don't know. There was just a lot going on, and I think that might be one of the things that I'm thinking about. Like, I think there was a lot going on there, and there didn't need to be.
Yeah.
As far as the first thing you said about the promoting a song,
Yeah.
I always want to think that it's being done in the right way. It's celebrating them more than, it's like, hey, all these people have worked with this person and they're all singers and this is the best way we know how to, show our respect to fallen singers.
Yeah. Overall, me too. I think I want to think the best of people. I think, there's that thought in the back of my mind, but I think overall I want to think the best of people and I want to think it's for the best reasons. But yeah, like Mr. Vocal Gymnastics, I don't know. Am I crazy?
He's kind of somewhat known for it, but not much. So it's just weird, it's just maybe that's what the song arrangement asked, like, because that's the thing, we never know. We never know in whose place is it. Was it the producers? Was it him? But yeah, it is definitely weird.
It kind of throws me off of it, but yeah, it still had my emotional moment with that song and video. It's gonna be emotional a few days for that, because they're also going to come out on the 7th with a new Ladies Code track called Smile Even Though It Hurts.
Yeah.
And talk about, just title alone, you're going to get the feels. Well, so we look forward to that. But moving on to other major kind of releases, another legend is back. Our girl, the lovely and beautiful Hyuna, came back with her new solo mini album, A+, and the title track of it being Roll Deep, featuring Ilhoon of B2B, a Cube artist, and it's Hyuna's like cockiness and charisma just in song form. I will say this is if I would rank it, I would probably rank this a couple songs below like Red and a couple of other songs.
Yeah.
Overall,
I definitely get the sense of like the first single,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna get that real swag shit. Like,
I mean, they have the mini album. There's some other cool songs on the mini album that are worth checking out. We didn't get an Ellie feature, which I was bummed out about. We didn't get a featuring Ellie, but I believe there's some interesting features on that album. And Hyuna's definitely looking good. Hyuna's definitely looking good. Yeah, and yeah. Yeah, like
I mean, Hyuna, like, that's another thing for us. If you want to go while you're going through the ZI journey for us, go through the Hyuna journey for us of like trouble, seeing her in Troublemaker and then not knowing how to feel about that, and then coming to the realization that is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like,
and then like realizing how amazing she is, and like me discovering her silliness on Invincible Youth. And like finding her personality and figuring out how like the coming to the understanding of like the dual sides of her personality, that she's this cute, adorable girl that also likes to get a little sassy in her music and sexy.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. It's just Hyuna. It's just the Hyuna persona. The Hyuna, character, and it works so well, and she's gorgeous.
Yeah, and it definitely has that appeal. It definitely feels sometimes like a character and like an extra part of who she is. Because any other time, like when you see her in interviews and shit, she's kind of like, she's still very bravado and still very like, confident.
Yeah.
But she's also definitely has that appeal of like kind of the shy and quiet sometimes and things like that. But like as soon as she gets going, it's like she's like one of those people where she's shy, and then as soon as she gets going, and as soon as like she feels comfortable in that room, she's like, all right, it's time to fucking put it on. Let's fucking jam out. Let's get it fucking going. Like I'm ready to fucking do it.
She's just fun.
Love Hyuna. Fucking love Hyuna. Yeah.
Hyuna. All right. But yeah, it's a cool song overall. But yeah, I love Hyuna. But moving on to the next track. Interesting. A group by the name of Bechigi. From YMC Entertainment, label mates of Ailey, with their song "Shut Up," featuring Suk-jin of EXID. And I have to say, this song is really cool. It is a really cool kind of like a feel to the song. It has a fun video, and it features Suk-jin's voice really well. And I love Suk-jin's voice. Like she's, it's crazy how it's understandable. You realize how good she is as a singer, because part of it's probably because she's been in the business for 9 years. Like even though like I think we've talked about this before, even though the groups EXID debuted in 2012, she debuted in 2006. I remember talking about it. It's like she is senior to Big Bang. Like she debuted months before Big Bang did. So it's like, it's hilarious. But she has that experience under her belt, and that's given her a very skilled and unique voice, and I love it. I love how it looks and it sounds in this. And overall, Bechigi is a really cool like group, especially as like as a hip hop artist. I don't know. Well, what did you think? What do you think?
I definitely enjoyed it. I definitely liked the style of the song. The video was really fun too. Yeah. And I don't know, I just had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. And like, yeah, it's a fun song. It's a well-made song. It's catchy. Suk-jin is awesome. Yeah, it's another discovery, like the EXID, like just in the last year, discovering them and discovering their personalities and seeing them like skyrocket in fame in like the past like year or so. Has been fantastic. Like has been fantastic to see, and has been like just interesting to observe. all in all, and it's fun. Yeah, this is a fantastic song, and it ends well. It's kind of silly and fun, and it's hilarious. Yeah, those were some major releases. I will say a couple other random videos that I'll throw before we head into our headlines. We got an official music video from Yusera, formerly of Nine Muses, as we talked about her, like, working Final Logic Pro and putting together her like solo album all by herself. She put together a video for her song, I guess, Seeing. I want to translate that into seeing or to see. It's boda, which means to see, like the verb to see. So I guess she's seeing, and she's traveling in the video, so I guess she's seeing parts of the world. But it's a cute song. The video is well made, and it's good to kind of actually hear something from her like album that we'll never be able to buy because she's gonna have a little. She hasn't been able to work out a deal with CD Baby or whatever. I don't know what she's trying to do. But she only had a limited press of it, and she basically handed it all in person or something. But
I don't know. Yeah, it is definitely kind of a standard basic video. Yeah. Like nothing super special about it.
It's just kind of cute and fun, and
yeah,
it's just kind of cute and fun. And it's nice to see. It's like just the fact that she's basically just did all this herself is just cool. There's nothing exciting about it, but just the fact that she's like, just I'm gonna do all this myself. It's like fuck it, I'm gonna just be myself. Mix my own album, publish my own album, press it, and sign all the copies, and like. Do everything myself. That's just all really cool. And I encourage everyone to check out and support Set Out You. But also I want to revisit a video because it's kind of cool to kind of revisit videos because this is a video I brought in a while back. I think when we first starting to talk about EXID, and it's Jiggy Fellas and Untouchable with the song, the kind of the almost you want to call it a cipher, Jiggy Get Down.
Yeah. I remember this.
Yeah, we talked about it before, and it's kind of cool to talk about it now because now it has a couple more names that we know now. More than when I first talked about this video, namely it's got Vasco and Basic in this, 5 years ago, 5 years younger Vasco and Basic, and a bunch of other names again, like including Ellie. And it's kind of interesting to go back and see like super young Vasco, super young Basic, again, Basic being a current contestant on Show Me the Money 4, or was.
Yeah. And as they talked about, like Basic was a really up and coming name in the hip hop scene, in the underground hip hop scene for a while. Like he was this up and coming guy, and then kind of didn't fall off, but had to make some decisions and put life on his shoulders. Yeah. Over his hobby. I want to say, I don't know. Like sometimes you never know what to call those things, but hobby, I guess.
Yeah, there he is, fellow by the name of Basic. You see him right there, and I almost don't want to spoil. Well, you're not much for caring about spoilers, right?
No. I'm gonna end up watching the last few episodes. I mean, I know who it comes down to. I just don't know who won yet.
Yeah, because ultimately, for those that don't know, spoiler alert out there. Pause the video if you don't want to know. But ultimately, it came down to Basic took the victory at the end, which is a surprise to me because I figured Mino had it unlocked.
I will say, as I've been watching it, Mino, I kind of want to save it for.
It could be. I kind of want to save it for a discussion. Yeah, we'll save it for a discussion. I'll give my preliminary thoughts. I'll say maybe it's like instead of giving John Cena the title, they give it to Seth Rollins because Seth Rollins needs the title, but John Cena doesn't need the titles. Yeah, just on popularity, kind of like when.
Yeah.
I'm always going to look at it from a wrestling standpoint. Like I said, hashtag everything's a work.
So I'll say this, right? You take Show Me the Money season 3 where you have Vasco in there, right? Where Vasco is this like major force in the underground scene, but the money hasn't really shown for him,
Yeah.
And then you have this up and comer who has a really good flow, but may not have the roots of hip hop in Bobby, Yeah. And Bobby showed a lot more potential in that season 3, no matter what anyone wants to say, whether you like Show Me the Money or not, right? You take it as the contestants that's there in the format that they put him in. Bobby shows a lot more potential, right? And a lot more upgrowth. And at that moment, right up until the end, Vasco is kind of stuck in his ways in how he likes to do things. So Bobby ends up winning, I think, is really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
You come into something like this, Mino is this guy who could be a really good rapper, but has made a decision for his career that's a lot more profitable, right?
Yeah.
Whereas Basic, and there's a couple of other guys that I'm going to say for our discussion, there's a couple of other guys who come in as dark horses. They're the guys right? That being Black Nut, Basic, maybe Jay Mills, those kind of guys, right? They come in, they're dark horses. Everybody knows them. Everybody respects them. And nobody's surprised about how far they go. But I think of all of them in that grouping, right? Black Nut is always going to be the most creative, right? In the things that he says and the things that he does. But I don't think he has that song ability, right? I think he has what he said was really clever, but I don't think he has the potential of, let me put together a series of tracks to show you my skill. I think he's one of those guys where if you're like, hey, rap, and you're impressed by when you say, hey, rap at him, and he actually can do it, really, really well. Whereas Basic is this dude who was really good but had to stop and then has come back to it and is still really good, Yeah. But he's quiet. He's quiet, and that's what it is. So you take it for those things, and for Mino, it's the same thing to kind of as Vasco, where except for the fact that everybody's constantly praising Mino for his ability, as they should. He's really good at it, but I feel like it doesn't give him the desire to push himself,
Yeah.
Because he's already made the decision to make himself profitable. No matter what he does rapping wise, Winner is profitable.
Yeah.
Fucking Winner has fans, Winner has a fan base. They're gonna make money for every album they put out. But as far as him wanting to say, hey, I'm a fucking rapper and that's what I do. I'm a good songwriter. I'm a good this. I'm a good that. Yeah, but I'm a fucking rapper. Like, is kind of his bravado in a sense, which is he's not a bad rapper. He's a really good rapper. Like, Mino's a really good rapper. And I'm very surprised by this all the time because he doesn't get enough chances to show it. But now that he's had enough chances to show it, you kind of see the weaknesses in his rap skills.
So yeah, it's going to be an interesting discussion when we actually sit down after checking it out, after you finish.
I'm going to try to make sure I don't say that shit again that I just said.
Who knows?
Yeah,
you'll probably will. Who cares?
Yeah.
Also, I probably shouldn't sit here and try to compare 2010 Ellie's Nose and 2015 Ellie's Nose and just accept things for what it is. And let's move on to the headline segment. So that's it for what's new, and we're going to move on to the headlines. So join us, won't you? Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our headline segment. We talk about some interesting topical topics. Talk about what's some of the things that have gone on in the past couple of weeks. We've been away. The first headline I want to throw out there, and why we've been starving for headlines, but it's almost it's good news though. Asian Junkie is back? Question mark. So in almost kind of like a serendipitous, synergy, the website we mostly get all of our headlines from also went on hiatus for the past couple of weeks, having website issues. They go into detail in the article of why
we've been there.
What they've been going through, and a feel for IATFB going through some, having deals with some website issues. If we kind of look back, 8/20 was the last time we posted an article. So about a couple weeks, about as long as we've been away, more or less. Because that's about the time I crapped out on my computer. We were just about to record an episode. Yeah. It's kind of hilarious that this happened so concurrently. Like I tweeted it saying it was the fact that our hiatus coincided with Asian Junkie's hiatus is the further proof that we may be cosmically linked. The podcast is we're Asian Junkie the podcast. When the Asian Junkie goes down, we go down. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you feel the cosmic link, Kaz?
It is funny.
Yes.
It definitely is.
I want to wish ATFB good luck, and I'm hoping that you'll be back to feed us more headlines and good humor as we go forward. Fighting.
Definitely. Wish them a lot of luck.
Yes. Especially when it comes to websites and WordPress and moving stored files and recovering posts from his old blog. I feel for you. It's nothing but heartache and pain. But let's move on. All right, so Suk-jin becomes a part of FNC's growing entertainment empire. We mentioned them earlier. They are the entertainment agency that is home to AOA, FT Island, and Flying, and I believe CN Blue as well. Suk-jin will be joining hands with FNC Entertainment. According to the official report, from FNC, we will be providing full support for Suk-jin based on sturdy footing in China and other Asian markets. Y'all may know Suk-jin as Wonko, or Big Nose, on Running Man. We know him quite well. Of course, Running Man is huge everywhere but Korea. And is fairly large in Korea as well. Fairly popular in Korea as well. But the crazy thing about this is the lineup that they've been accruing. FNC has been making moves, making billion won moves. They've got. I mean, look at this lineup. They've got UJ Suk, who they signed earlier this year, I think a month or so ago. Song Eun-yi, who's this fantastic comedian. Jung Hyung Donnie of Weekly Idol, also Infinity Challenge. Our neighborhood, Cool Kids on the Block, as well. Big time MC. Kim Young Man, No Hong Chol, again, formerly of Infinite Challenge or Invincible Challenge. Lee Gukju, or Gukjus, who's wonderful and has been a rising star in comedy, and another comic named Moon Se-yoon. They're building an all-star comedy team, an all-star entertainment team. This is like the Heat in 2000, whenever LeBron joined. I forget the year. Yeah, it's when the big three were like when Bosch, Wade, and LeBron formed the big three in the Heat. It's like that, but like Korean entertainment. What are your thoughts? This is crazy, right? This is seeing this lineup.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a lineup. Like, it just makes me wonder what they're gonna do with this. Are we gonna see maybe a new variety show or?
Well, the thing is that they're managing. This is just FNC Entertainment. This is who they got under their umbrella, who they're managing. So they've got their tendrils.
Generally, when you see like a group kind of have a few stars like this, they could usually get some leeway in getting them some shows and some deals and things like that. Maybe not all of them together, but you could start seeing a lot more of them in more shows. And Jake Sulk fucking loves doing TV. So
yeah,
I don't think there's a day. I don't think there's a day in the week that man isn't being recorded.
Like, I mean, he's already got that new show on cable, Searching for Sugar Man. Like with Yoo Yeol, and that's going. And I keep wanting to check out, subbed episodes of that, but I gotta find them. But like, yeah, it's like he's got Happy Together, he's got Running Man, he's got Infinite Challenge, he's got all kinds of stuff, and of course, you add Suk-jin on all of this, who he kind of has a silly character on Running Man, but he is a pretty top level MC and is big in China. He's one of the guys in Running Man who's like huge in China. It's him, Kwangsu, like fucking Jungkook.
You know what I love? Sometimes when you're watching Running Man is every so often when there's something to be read, generally UJ Sulk will go for it first, but then every so often, like if he like laps for like half a second, fucking Suk-jin is on it. He's just like, oh, you're not gonna read that? All right, so coming up on it, like, and you're like, oh shit, damn it, he beat me to it.
Yeah, and I love it. Like he plays up his like. The fact that he's so like old school Korean MC style, like he's so old fashioned, but like he'll play it up big time and just to like make everyone else cringe, and it's hilarious. It's like awesome stuff. Yeah, this is FNC Entertainment is the agency to watch, especially in the variety circuit. You have to look forward to seeing what they produce, what they put together, what they get their hands in. Look forward to that. Speaking of things to look forward to, Lovelyz reveals teaser for upcoming comeback featuring 8 members updated with new teasers. They're updating it regularly with 8, and this is a big deal because it's 8 members, including Jisoo, the one that who was embroiled in that controversy. A controversy that was, proven to be false. And it's something to look forward to. They talk about it here. The image teaser features 8 members, and although faces and exact identities are not visible, it can be assumed that member Suk-jin is returning with the rest of the members. Lovelyz was originally set up as an 8-member group, but Suk-jin was unable to properly debut with the group when malicious rumors about her were spread after the announcement of Lovelyz's debut. Later, the rumors were found to be untrue, and the individuals who started the rumor were penalized. And one of the worrisome things, if you were kind of hoping that this wouldn't curtail things, is that the Woolim could have easily just kind of phased her out. Just like for the sake of avoiding any controversy, it's like the corporate thing to do. But it seems that she'll be included, and we got an official statement saying that yes, she is joining the group, and they will be able to debut, properly promote together as 8. We have not gotten her image teaser, though we've gotten quite a few of the others, including Kay. Jin, Yang, Baby Soul, Miju, Suk-jin. I believe tomorrow we'll get Jisoo. So that'll complete that. But it's good to see that they didn't go the easy corporate route of like phasing her out to avoid controversy. I have to say. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
It's definitely interesting because I would tend to think kind of the Korean kind of, especially when it comes to the media companies, I would generally consider the thing to do would just be to cut your losses. You know, they're very famous for just, you know what, didn't really work out the way we thought it would. Let's just cut our losses. You know, so for them to stick with it and kind of wait it out and be like, okay, like this is she must either like have some real flavor to her and be somebody that they really want in their group, you know, or I mean, that's the only thing I can really think, you know.
They really kind of just want to, you know, make right by her, or they want to do the right thing,
or the third option is they put a lot of money into that project and they want a return on their investment.
Yeah, that's another way of thinking of it. Yeah, and they figure they can. I don't know, but it's good that she's being given a chance. And
no, definitely. Besides maybe that last one, maybe, you know, because me and you, there have been so many bad rumors about media companies in Korea, and especially within this medium that we really, really enjoy, you know, and it makes it hard to figure out what to do from your fandom side. Do you keep supporting because you love the groups, you know, and all these things? So when you hear things like this, you always want to latch onto the good nature of it, you know, because these rumors were false. You know, they were rumors. There wasn't a lot of genuality to them, and maybe that it also factors into it that they knew that it was rumors, they knew that it wasn't true, and they knew that, you know, if they put the proper things in place that the truth would come out, you know, so they wanted to make sure that they did right by her. So
I think that what adds to the surprise is the fact that this is the same company that hung Tableau out to dry when his like college fax rumors went back in the day before our time in K-pop. You know, that whole thing. This is Woolim Entertainment. This is the reason why everybody migrated over to YG and away from Woolim Entertainment and Epic High. Like, you know, they didn't do right by Tableau when his unfounded rumors came out, you know, when he was admired in that stuff. So the fact that they're kind of, I guess, learning from that, maybe, or at least you hope so,
or it's just different people in place with different mindsets who don't automatically believe what they're reading and are going to the source, going to the person and say, you know, and actually talking to them and not just treating them like a product and being like, oh, that product is fucked up, let's cut our losses, you know, like.
We're gonna hope for the best for Lovelyz. I'll look forward to what they come out with, because their debut release was actually pretty cool. It's a good song, so we'll look forward to that. Moving on to an interesting thing going forward. Two Eyes faces potential legal trouble for comeback concept, and you'll see why. Girl group Two Eyes has released a statement in response to reports about a potential legal conflict arising from their comeback concept. On September 2nd, Two Eyes management agency Sidus HQ confirmed that they had received a content certification mail, basically a mail that implies potential legal conflict and makes the post office a third-party witness of communication between two parties in the case of such conflict. It is true that we have received a content certification mail from a Swedish company named Saltraken. the reason is that we borrowed the Pippi concept, the Pippi Longstocking concept. Currently, our legal team is contemplating what to do about the contact certification mail. We plan to decide whether to change to I's concept or discuss licensing with the company after consulting with our legal team. This is kind of funny. Like, I saw this concept, the teasers for it, and it seemed interesting. But it's funny to kind of see this, like, oh hey, you borrowed you borrowed Pippi Longstocking. Yeah. We're gonna need you to cut us a check.
I can almost kind of see how that could happen because Pippi Longstocking has been around for so long, that you could almost see thinking like, oh, maybe it's just one of I don't even know who would own that. Or just being like, oh, this is kind of a cool concept. It's kind of Pippi Longstocking, I'm just being like, maybe, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think that video is up on YouTube though, right?
Yeah, I'm fairly certain the original Pippi Longstocking, the movie is a public domain at this point. I mean, it has to be. It came out in 1949. I mean, there was a show in 1969, like a Swedish-German.
Yeah, but there have been other things that have come out since then. So
yeah, so there's an animated movie, so that things have renewed the copyright and things like that. So it's like. Yeah, I think it is kind of an interesting little conflict to have with a random Swedish cartoon character and a K-pop group who's borrowed the Pippi Longstocking concept. It is kind of interesting and funny. And our last headline, which caught my attention. Aikago nearly tricked into S&M porn by an ex-husband. In one of the more shocking revelations made by Aikago about her relationship with her former husband, the idol revealed that he had tried to trick her into filming a pornographic film. Kago participated in a 2-hour tell-all special with Fuji TV, her first interview since divorcing her abusive husband in June of this year. During the special, Kago came clean about her scandal-filled life and her tumultuous marriage. 2011 was a crazy year for Kago. The idol became involved with Haruhiko Ando, who was a known member of the Yamaguchi Gumi Yakuza crime syndicate. He was arrested for his connections with the criminal organization, and days later, Kago attempted to commit suicide. She would later marry the man at the end of the year and announce that she was pregnant with his child. Although much of her life was lived in the public eye, Kago revealed a new detail about her relationship at the time. Haruhiko offered her a role in a film in 2011, which would have been her first time being in one. Kago was excited about the opportunity, but did not want to be involved with nudity. Haruhiko assured that she would not have to take off her clothes, so Kago was going through with it. You believed him. Oh, honey. As it became closer to time to shoot the film, it became more and more clear that Kago would have to get naked for the film. Not only was she being asked to get naked, but at the last minute, they wanted to tie her up too. It became apparent that Haruhiko was trying to get her to shoot an S&M porn, and Kago finally refused to shoot. The new revelation served to characterize Kago's relationship as toxic from the beginning. Her divorce from the man was a necessary action in her perspective. If you are unfamiliar with Aikago, she is a former member of Morning Musume, a J-pop group of a revolving lineup.
Yep. They have a morning show as well.
Yeah, and she is, and doing my research, she is known for having been caught in a smoking scandal and being suspended from the group, and then caught smoking again while she was suspended from the group, causing her to get kicked out of the group, and of course for marrying a Yakuza member. This is crazy.
Yeah, the Yakuza has their hands in a lot of things in Japan, so
yeah,
it almost doesn't surprise me.
yeah.
Like the because I'm pretty sure there's some other former and current Japanese pop stars that are married to Yakuza members.
Yeah, and probably not by choice, or
Yeah.
just like that's who's always around. And
Yeah.
they make themselves very.
There are some video game companies coming under speculation of possibly being involved with the Yakuza, which are also adding to rumors of why certain people left certain video game companies.
Yeah.
So
Maybe
yeah,
certain video game companies that are focusing on gambling. No,
well,
other than gaming. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. Not knowing any headlines. That's just me guessing, really.
Yeah.
That's just me guessing. And just off of known things. What's the worst thing ever you ever got close to doing but then realized what's going on? Wait, what?
There's a lot of things. It's a number of drug offers, a number of offers to sell drugs.
Yeah.
A number of what seemed as thus in full discussion of jokes of murdering people that then later were like, oh yeah, oh wait, hold on, we're not joking. No, I'm not gonna do that for you. Like, yeah. I also had a discussion with someone once of breaking into their house so that they could then because they had a collection of guns and they wanted to know what it sounded like when they shot one of their guns off in their neighborhood, but they there is no way in regulations for them to shoot their gun off in their neighborhood. So if we had possibly maybe made it seem as thus their house was getting broken into and then they could shoot off their gun in a sense of they were trying to defend themselves from said robber. there was that discussion.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it's time to come out the hood.
Didn't that wasn't even in the hood.
No,
not gonna lie. That was a discussion between me and a white girl.
Oh, okay, understandable. I think that haven't had any kind of stories like that. I was just figured you'd had. I did accidentally speed date once.
Yeah,
that was just a thing. I just thought I was getting free Marlins tickets. Suddenly I was speed date. Suddenly I was sitting next to these girls talking about like I was wearing a Panthers shirt and a hat and shorts, like speed dating.
Yeah. I'm always full of weird stories. That's what I do.
Yep. But yeah, speaking of weird stories, that's the last weird story for the day. We're glad to be back. I picked the right scene. Yep. Glad to wrap up another episode of Hallyujuku. We'll try to be more consistent from now on if we can. Maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed. Well, you can look forward to that. But yeah, that's all this stuff. Cass, what do you got going on in your neck of the woods?
I have a lot of things going on. Basically about.me/King Kaz for all of the things, because there's the bi-weekly trivia show, the Drunk Kids Game Show, which is a bi-weekly trivia show. We have some good writers and producers for that show. We're always looking for new people to be on that show, and this of course means any and everyone. So you can go follow at DKG Show on Twitter. And if you look at the profile there's a link to signing up for the show and being on the show and things like that. We're still exploring avenues for prizes and other things, but it's definitely a fun experience to take part in. Other than that, I would just say for things to follow the Rebelli YouTube channel, because you're going to maybe see some fun videos from Dragon Con. I couldn't think of what the convention was called, coming up there soon. You could also follow the Drunk Kids Gaming YouTube channel, because I'm invested in putting some new Let's Play stuff on there. And just some fun kind of YouTube only content. I think at this point, me and Curly have figured out that Curly has the streaming stuff down. I don't think he needs any help with that. And what we need is to solidify the YouTube part and make some content that is specifically for YouTube, for the YouTube viewing audience out there, and see how that goes.
Yeah, if you need some mediocre MC to give you some innings, I'm your guy. Of course,
bring PD in the 7th.
Yes, I can give you a hold. I can't quite close. I can't quite really. I'm not good as a starter. But I can give you a hold. I can give you a 7th, maybe 8th. I can be your 8th inning guy. In a pinch. But that being said, of course, like I said, about.me/KingCaz, about.me/PDRave, KingCaz and PDRave all over the internet. Our show is Hallyujuku, kpoppodcast.com, hallyujuku.com. Like I said, the Rebelli TV YouTube page for the podcast episodes and more. Things are going to be back in the rotation. The hiatus is over.
Well, didn't I tell you? Don't you know?
That means not only Hallyujuku, but Fanny Pack Wrestling Podcast, once DJ M and I coordinate again, Fanny Pack Wrestling Podcast will be back as well. We just got to figure out what we'll do. We might have actually like a fun guided episode that we might even record at DragonCon. I don't want to speak out of turn. We'll figure it out. But there will be that again. So check out the Rebelli TV on YouTube. Subscribe. Check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, all of those things. Subscribe, like, share. Until next time, hasta luego.
Why, I think you're crazy.
Waiting.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.